Okay, so over to the Republican side, we have Kasich pulled out Ohio with 47, like I mentioned earlier. Trump won North Carolina by 4 points, and he has 40%. Now, the pundits are going to continuously keep bringing up, oh, Trump can't get over 40% of the vote. That's because there's so many people in the race. After people drop out, he will continue to get more and more. At first, they were saying, oh, the low mid 30s, that's his peak. He peaks at 30 something. Now he gets 40, 40 something. Oh, he'll peak at 40, 40, 45 is his peak. He's watch. As soon as you lose Kasich, as soon as you lose Rubio, and Rubio did leave the race today, from what I heard, you are going to see him start hitting the 50. If it's against Cruz, I'm expecting Trump's going to pull in at least 55 versus, on average, to Cruz's 45. Because people forget that Cruz has this... he has this mark of being just way too way too much of the religion on the sleeve type of deal, and that turns a lot of voters off. In Florida, Rubio should have known and should have dropped out earlier because he got absolutely crushed. He got 27% of the vote, and Trump got 46. Now, for all those people who go, well, if all these other guys drop out and you add all their points together and then give them to Cruz and then maybe Cruz could win. Listen, Cruz had 17%. Even if half the people go to his side, which I really doubt because he's not that popular, it's not enough. I mean, he's not popular anywhere that isn't just super evangelical. And it's not going to happen. In Missouri, Trump gets away with a narrow victory, but it's a win. And in Illinois, a nice sizable victory. Kasich took a nice chunk of the votes. He got 263,000 votes, but not enough. Trump pulls away with 39% of the vote and wins, and he's on a pretty good track right now. I mean, if they're gonna try to do a brokered convention, they're gonna make a joke of themselves because he's starting to double up the competition at this point. And I don't know. Can you really take the candidacy away from a guy with double the delegates as number two? Just seems like seems like a conservative plan if that's what they're gonna go for. But I don't see it happening. I think it was an interesting day. I think Kasich got his one win, which if he was going to get any win, this was it. But for the most part, I think this thing is pretty much showing it's wrapped up. It's going in a certain direction, and it's been trending that way for a while. And the way that as Bernie make that mistake, in my opinion, I think Bernie really made that mistake, and I think that'll be putting the fork in him right there. He's done. I think that the debates hurt him more than they helped him. And I think that Hillary angling socialists is a scary, bad word, and not joining him on that front, I think that provides her with a little bit of leverage to say, hey, look, I'm not a socialist. I'm not going to turn us into Europe. I'm an American. I'm just a very progressive American. Now, I think she's full of shit, but still a very effective tool. And it's still effective to promote fear that, this guy's going to come in if you vote for him and change everything dramatically, and it might not work. What I'm going to do is proven to work. That's the kind of the pitch she's given them. And I think that's going to be the end of him. And Rubio leaving the race, too, pretty much simplifies this whole thing, too. It's probably going to be Cruz, maybe Cruz and Kasich and Trump. I would really think that Kasich should leave at this point, maybe join somebody else, whatever, because it is, he won Ohio, but you're not. It doesn't look good to have one win, and that's your home governing state. He did pathetically across the board in other places as well. And some people will be like, oh well, look, he got 15% here. It's like that's not. You can't give him endless kudos on the 15% and then criticize Donald when he gets 42%. So Kasich isn't peaking at his, but the other guy's peaking at his. Just total hypocrisy, double think. So I think if you see, I think in the future you may see it being Cruz, Trump, maybe Kasich, and then on the other side, Bernie and Hillary. But I think Bernie would leave soon, and I also think that it's time for Kasich. He won't probably because his establishment buddies will try to keep him in there, but I think it's time for him to go. Even though he won Ohio, he's not showing the ability to win in any of these other places, and even places like Illinois where you think he would do good. He just didn't make enough of an impact. So those are my opinions on this. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the conversation. I'll answer. It's truth could bring you the truth. Peace.